This meeting is being recorded.
So yesterday what we learned, day before yesterday what we learned?
Last class we learned while condition and for loop difference between that, then different programs, how to write while and how to increment the loop. So how to skip the condition inside the while loop. Then for loop also we learned. Then range function. What is the like three parameters inside that? Then break also we learn. Break, how we can break from the loop.
Okay, if you want to skip the break, which one you will use? Which keyword we can use?
Continue.
Okay, to break. So if the condition is true, will the break will the break break the loop or will it continue?
It will break the current loop.
Yes. So even though if the condition is true, right?
Hmm. Yes.
And also we discussed about the functionalities inside of functionalities, how we can implement, and also how we can give a variables, right?
Yes.
Variables like a local variables inside like a total what we discussed. You shared a you shared a homework in a group.
Yes. In group I have shared.
Okay, I didn't. So you did those homework, right? The
Yes.
factorial and the
Factorial
multiplication.
and yes, multiplication table.
Okay, you are trying. You guys are trying on your own, or you are taking any AI help or ChatGPT something like that?
No. Trying on only.
Okay. So if you are taking help from any online platforms, that will not, there is a waste of your time and my time instead of learning. So try it for almost 30 to 45 minutes. So if you
Hmm.
don't get it, just take a clue instead of giving an answer by the ChatGPT
Hmm.
or something. Okay. Because you have to try, you have to implement your own logic, right?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So now we are going to learn about the strings. Okay, strings as well as we are going to introduce about the lists as well. So because so why I'm not going in how the teachers will teach us, right? So basically the teachers will teach us, Python teachers will teach us like variables, lists, data structures, data types. Though they will go like that, but I don't want to go like that because I don't want to inject everything at a time so that you will confuse. So that is the reason I'm going one by one. So what we are going to learn about. So what does it mean by string? So we already discussed about couple of data types. What are they? So couple of data types we learned about. First thing is integer we learned, right?
Yes.
Float, bool value, bool, then string. Now we are going to about learn about the strings. So basically these are the data types and these are the fundamental data types. And also last time something we discussed about uh, something we discussed, right? So I thought of I will explain you what is this, like something I'm not able to remember. You asked something, right? Okay, so x equal to, for example, 10. What is the idea of this one, right? Idea of x, e sign double equal to, right? Yeah. E sign double equal to. So even though these two values are same, why they are storing in the same value?
Yes, I asked that.
Yeah. So basically, this is nothing but these are the immutable things. Okay. So list the immutable things are nothing but we are not going to change the value once it is created. Okay. That is the reason if it is a numbers or if it is a small strings and if it is a immutable things, those values will be stored instead of, because let's say your date of birth, you will not will you able to change your date of birth, right? That is immutable, right? You can't change your date of birth once your date of birth is confirmed, right? Your date of
Yes.
birth and your timings. Now the time was 12/1/2026 11/5. So will it be changeable? No, right? And the longitude and latitude and the sun will be raised on east only, right? So those values will be fixed. Are we going to change those values?
No.
No, right? Those are the fixed values. So instead of, let's say, if I'm creating another value, do I need to uh, replace that value again and again? Let's say if it is a, let's say the longitude is at a particular memory. Let's say if it is like something like a here. So if I'm going to take a same value, do I need to change the value again and again? Or do I need to give another memory for the same value? If it is changing, there is no, it is nothing but a destroying, or it is nothing but a changing the value, right? So your date of birth and your longitude and longitude and latitude, those values will be fixed. So even though if you are getting the same values, those values will be stored in the same particular memory if it is a immutable. That is the reason if you are taking a string, or if you are taking a float, or if you are taking an integer, those values will be fixed. So those values will be fixed, right? So that is the reason, even though we are trying to compare those values with the ease, so those values will be same. Okay, they are not going to change the value. But if I'm taking as a list here, list equal to, this is, sorry, these values are immutable. What I'm trying to say, immutable is nothing but we are not going to change the values, and every single values will be considered as immutables. What does it mean by single value? Integer is nothing but a single value, or double values.
Single value.
Float, float will be single value, right?
Yes.
Bool
Single value.
and what, string. Even though if I'm taking like this, if I'm taking like this, the long sentence, will it be a single value or multiple values like this?
It is
Single
a
value
single.
only, right? And none is also nothing but a immutable, we can consider it. So thus values which are taking or which are storing inside the variable which is a single value, those are immutable, or those are fundamental data types. Those will be always, will be what we call fundamental. These are nothing but a fundamental data types, and these will be immutable. Okay, so if we are storing as a data structure, is this a single value? 1 2 3 6,
No.
these are, these are not a single value, so we can consider this as a data structures, and these are data types. Okay, so how we are going to check this type?
Type of the variable we can put.
Types, the name itself is indicating data types, and if I want to know this one, we can use the type, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the fundamental data types will always be stored in the same value. They are no, they are not going to assign in a different value. Let's say there is a graph. You used a mathematical graph, right, when you are in school. So those graph will be, if it is a immutable, let's say I'm storing 100 or 10 or float or true value, those values will be stored in a particular box only. Even though we are changing the same, even though we are giving the same, like x equal to 10 and y equal to 10 and z equal to 10, even though these values, the variables are different, but the object is same, right? Integer, the 10 value. So those value will be stored on that particular box. I mean, you saw that mathematical graph, right? There will be a green color graph will be there.
Yes.
So we are going to store in a particular box. That is how the memory will be. The Python memory will be stored like that. Okay. So these immutable will be stored, or they will be fixed on that position. Okay. That is the reason the values will be same. The ease value will be same, but for data structure, it will be different. And the data structure also, we have different data structures, immutables and mutables as well. List, is list 1. Is it true? Is it false, right? See, the x value and y value, z value both are storing in the same position because those are same values. Those are immutable. They are not going to change. But these are data structure. It looks like same. If I want to compare the values, how can I compare? Right? True. So this is what I thought of explaining. I hope you understood.
Uh, yes, Srikanth. One doubt: if we perform some operation like x equal to 10, y equal to 10, if we perform some operation, then that will be a new ID. Is this correct?
Based on a data type,
Yes, x equal to 10. Now we store x plus 1 something. So that will be 11. Then that will be a new ID,
that
correct?
will be new ID. Let's say I'm storing 11. Then see,
Not directly 11. If we are performing on x plus 1 also, then that also will be new ID, correct?
yeah. X plus 1. Okay. I mean Z equal to like that.
Yes, I like that.
Okay. So, sorry, Z.
Okay, understood.
Okay. So this is 11 and this is 11.
Hmm.
Got it?
Yes, understood.
Okay. So immutables will be placed for particular position. For example, 1 will be stored at particular position, 2, 3, 4, 5. From -5 to 256, those values will be stored. And for strings, small strings also, it will be stored in the same position. So what does it mean by string? We are going to start the topic. So what does it mean by string? String is nothing but a sequence of a characters or a collection of characters arranged in a order, right? So most of the things or most of the programming we are going to learn, we are going to use in a strings only, right? So string is nothing but a name. For example, name equal to Python I will take. Okay. So is this a collection of what we call collection of characters are arranged in a proper way or not? Even though we are taking like this is intentionally we did it, right? This is intentionally we did it. For us, it is not a collection, but whatever the characters we type, that is intentionally we did it. Okay. So string is immutable. As I mentioned, string is immutable. Once it is created, we are not going to change the value. It is nothing but a something uh, we are writing on a rock. We are not going to change it. We have to destroy it. That's it. We are not going to change it. So string is nothing but a collection of order. But whatever the names which are taking, there is something like a indexing also will be there. Like here we, for everything there will be indexing will be present. I mean each character has an index which will be starting from 0. This will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So whatever the characters or whatever the names we are taking, it is a sequence of characters, right? If I want to access only O, how can I access? Without I cannot access directly O, right? So that is the reason there is a concept called indexing. Whatever the characters which are arranged, we need to show like these are arranged in a proper way of collection of characters in a integer values. That is called as an indexing. Okay. You have any doubt, Arya?
No, understood.
Sausanya, you have any doubt?
No, sir.
What does it mean by indexing and everything? So indexing, so if I want to, let's say this is a Python. Okay. If I want to access print of name of, we need to take the this structure list structure to access the particular characters. Okay, so this is name. If you want to, let's say this is name. From this, which character you want? Okay, from this, which character you want? If I want to access only zero index, what is the zero index now here?
P.
P will be the zero index, right? If I want to access 1, 2, 3, so right, we are getting the values. Are we getting the values or not? So
Yes.
you have to always remember the first character or first indexing will be starts from 0. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So if you observe this one, if I going for loop, are they or range, instead of range, I'll take a name. So int of I. So what is going to happen now? If we are taking range, it will be printed one by one, one by one, one by one, right? The numbers will be. So here also, instead of numbers, the character will be constant, right? Are we getting?
Yes.
So instead of, we can consider these are also ranging, or these are also, there is something called numbers which are present, right? So loops, basically loops will take one by one. What I mean to say, what I want to inject you, these will be the different sequence of characters. This is not a full one character. I mean one letter. So this will be character. This will be considered as a different characters by P, Y, H, O, N. Even though if you are taking a different values, and those values will be stored inside a indexing as well. If I want to access, that is why I ran this loop. You got it right?
Yes.
So here every character, I character will be stored each and every character. I will be stored each and every character. First thing will be pi, p, y, t, h, o, n, right? Like I want to say it is like a reading one by one letter. Got it?
Got it.
So if I want to count the characters, if I want to count the characters, how can I count the characters? For example, name equal to something, what I can take. Here I can mention like index. Even though whatever the notes which I'm giving, this will I will use ChatGPT or something like that, so that I can give in a better way instead of giving like this. So something like Srikanth or programming, or Srikanth I will take. So I'll take a or program programming. So I'll take this as a character. If I want to count the character using the loop, so how can I count the characters? So this is already right? For I in range of range is not required here. Name, and for every count less or equal to 1. What we are going to get now? So basically, what I mean to say is every character is accessible, and we can count the number as per our requirements. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just explaining in a normal way so that you can understand. So here, while we are every time we are accessing, why every time uh, For example, if I want to, okay, what should I? For example, mm, this is for understanding the each individual character. Individual character we can access or we can access, right? This is the, so let's say if I want to take what equal to something like education, okay, and if I want to ovels, if I want to count OWLs, ovels equal to, what is the ovels here? A, E, I, O, U. For I in range of, for I in words. If I want to know how many ovels present in a in this word, so I'm just writing a code. If ovels, or if I in ovels, or if I in ovels, then we can print off, sorry, we can take a character. So if I want to know how many ovels present in this, what is the error? Name error. The character at which line? 68th line. 68th line this is. So if char in ovels, name char is not defined. What is the error here? I'll explain. Even you don't know, right? I will explain it. So at which position these values are there? Okay, so these are the values which are present in a education. These are the ovels which are present in a education word. Okay, so here what you need to understand. First of all, what is this in operator? Okay, so what is mean by in operator? So basically in operator is nothing but it will check that. So we are using the for loop, we are using from a long days for loop for I in word or for I in range, for if I in ovels, right? So what is this in operators? So basically in operator which will check whether the value existed or whether the value present in this sequence or not. Okay, so for example, if how we can and these values will be given as a true or a false only. Okay, so how you will say you are staying with your in your house, so how will you say that, like I'm staying with, or how can I give an example? So is this character like let's say you are you wrote one exam, so the result was just out. So how you will check it in attendance? Like you will ask whether my name present in that attendance sheet or mark sheet, right? So you are checking that name or that character or something which are present in that sequence or in that character or in that letters or in that words, right? So that is where we will use these in characters. So is this character present in a sequence or is this one present in a character letters or vowels? Okay. So in operator, you are getting it, Arya and South Indian.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what does it mean by in character? Check the. You got it or?
Yes,
And
sir. Same letters in two words and words.
So if I want to check the character, only first one letters, I mean to say. So for I in range. So basically this is what, right? Education. So this will be goes every character will goes to the in, right? Here I mean education. First of all, E will be goes here. Then D will be goes here. So here vowels. I is nothing but what here for first iteration. What is the I here?
E.
So E. E E is nothing but in a string, right? So E present in this vowel. Vowels is nothing but here, right? This one. So is this present in this vowel?
Yes.
So if it is present, what if condition will give?
True.
Only true or false. Then if it is true, what it will go? Where it will go? It will go inside this block, right? And it will print. Then next character would be, what is the next now? Next now in a for loop? Word D.
Yes.
Here D will become, now it will become D. Then now I will become D. So D is present in this oval or not?
Yes.
Yes,
No.
D is not present. Then there is no.
U is present.
So what will happen now?
False.
False. So will it goes to inside this block? No.
No.
Right? Then it will goes to the U. That is how it will be. So in operator will be used to check whether that character or whether that value present in this whatever we are giving the value. If it is true, it will give the condition of true or false value. Like as I mentioned, checking your name inside attendance sheet or mark sheet or result page, right? You got it? What does it mean? And why we are going to use the in operator?
Yes, understood.
Okay.
Can you show an example for like how we use in integer? Like we have to check whether one is present. How we will check that?
Okay. Let's say L equal to, I will take,
Okay, like got.
I'll take like this for I in L. Okay.
Okay.
If I double equal to 1, sorry, in operator, right?
Mm.
If I, or sorry, for list, right? This is the in operator only, right? You mean to say the numbers?
Yes. I now understood that if we give a list, we can check I in that list.
Yes, yes. So if I
Okay.
in that list, if can do like this, but loop, if I'm going for the loop, every character will become here, right? For I in LA. So what does it mean? I is nothing but a 1. But instead of this, if 1 in L, print
Present. Okay.
present.
Mm.
Else, here we need to write a else, because why? Or not present. We can go like this. So it is present, and the second one it is not present. Why it is printing a second one? I mean, I want to know.
Because it is not in any condition. Anyway, it will print that.
Yes, because Python is an interpreter language. But if we write any functionality, if I write any functionality, so this will not be printed. This will be considered as what? In functionalities like else conditions, right? Okay, it will check each and everything. Else print this one. Now it will not be printed. So basically, else we need to, okay, if we are writing a return value, then we should go for that next line, right? As I mentioned, this is one which I have explained you last time. If we don't have any value to return else condition, we can go for the return value, because if we are using the print value, obviously it should print, right? That is the work the print will do, right? So that is the reason we are getting it. So whether this value should not print or should print, so that is depends on how we are going to explain, how we are going to do. Print will always be executed if it is this will be considered as else or not. So but return will be considered as only the value if it is go, but return also will try to print it, but we are going to store that value, right? That is why we are not able to get that value. Okay, you got it, why we are using this in operator?
Yes.
Okay. So next we are going to learn about the, as I mentioned, we can able to access those values with the help of the indexing. But here, so this is nothing but a indexing as we know, right? But if I want to access the negative values, okay, this is just a normal way we have write, but normally we have to write like this. For your understanding, I wrote like this. X of 0, right? But if I want to access the values from the last, let's say there is a lot of things will be there, lot more values are there. But if I want to access the last value, do I need to count each and every time here? 1, 0, 1, 2, like this. So what I want to try is, I want to get the last value. I want to get the last value. How can I get that value? So there is concept called, as we mentioned, if I want to go for the range, for I in range of 1 comma 10, if I want to go for the negative, negative way, how can I do this? If I want to go to the positive way, how can I do? Step. If I want to, if I want only the positive numbers or only the even numbers, what can I do now? Jumping, right? This is the way, right? Is this a way? Hello?
Yes, Srikanth, understood.
Is this a
Eh,
way to get to go into the forward direction?
Yes, it will jump to even side, even number.
Only even numbers, and this is nothing but a forward direction, right?
Mm.
But if I want to go for the negative direction, reverse direction, how can I go now?
-2.
So -2 will go in a negative direction, right? So -2, why we are not able to print it? Because 0, it will be considered as first one. So what is the -2? -2, there is no, it will go for like this, so that you will understand, right? Because 0 is the final starting value and you are going to jump -2, and the final destination will be 10. If I'm taking like this 10, what will be, is there any way, like I'll write here, 0 will be starting point, and we are, if it is a forward direction, what is the end point now? 10, right? Try to understand it, Arya and Saujanya. So 2, 4 and 10, right? Where it will stop? At 10. But if you are going in a negative direction, this is the value. Okay. So you are shifting for the -2. So what is it -2? -2, right? -4, right? -6. This is how it will be. But where we should go? If we are taking like this, normal 10 value is going to the forward direction or backward direction? It is going to the backward direction. So there is no value called 10 in this direction. That is the reason we are not able to get the value. So if we are giving -10, That will be the final value. Okay, this is where I need to stop. That is the reason we are able to get that value. Okay, this is backward directions. You are getting or no? So that I can repeat it.
Understood.
Forward direction. Okay.
Hmm.
So we are going to the backward direction. If I want to go in the same way in a loops, I mean in a string value, how can I go? So if I want to access the last value, how can I access the last value? So this is the first value. This is the 0th index. Like this is the 0th index. But from 5, if it is the last value, -1, right? This is -5, -4, -3, -2 and a -1. The last character will be -1. I mean, last character will always start from the -1 only. Got it? So this is the forward direction will be considered as a negative one. I mean, a positive one. And if I want to get from the last character, that will be starting from the negative, like x-axis and y-axis, right? Okay. So if I want to get the last character, how can I access it? You have to tell me. How can I access the last character? This character I want here now. How can I access?
Length of the string we can take.
No, I want only last character. Oh, I need. So if I'm printing this only 0, which character I'll get it?
P.
P. I want last character. This is how it will be, right? The last character will be starts from -1.
Okay.
Okay. Am I getting or not?
Okay, now understood.
This will be starting from -1, -2, -3. If you are going from the backward to front, and if you are forwarding from 0, this will be 0. Start from 0. Got it, right? So if I want to access, uh, so this is nothing but a negative direction. But if I want to take one particular only Python, I want. Okay.